it or not, there were more attacks on the film The Sound of Freedom, for whatever reason. And Angel Studios has been taking the fight to the narrative, stating simply, the vast majority of tickets are snapped up by everyday Joes and Janes. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Most people are going to be interested in seeing a film like this. And this reality has Hollywood scratching its head. And it basically has shut down the conspiracy theorists speaking ill of the film's audience. They still seem unable to accept that the story of the indie underdog has emerged from the shadows and took the summer box office by storm. Angel Studios' The Sound of Freedom is a winner every single day. So, as you know, I look at the numbers, and this time they just don't lie. Here we go. So once again, I just want to say thank you for providing the huge increase in subscriptions here on the channel and the huge number of views. But surprisingly, there are still about 33 to 35% of you that aren't subscribed. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but it really would make the channel well over 10K. So if you could just look down at that little button there, it says subscribe. If that's red, just click on it, turn it to gray. It's free, and I promise you, you'll love it because you'll get videos on the regular if you also turn on the notifications. You also get great live streams, and if you become a member, you get, well, member exclusives, like member exclusive videos, which I'm going to start producing, and of course, member streams, which again, those are always a lot of fun. So now, before we dive into the nitty gritty, I want to address the elephant that's in the room right now, specifically with this film, Sound of Freedom. All I want to say is $165 million to date. Let me say it again. $165 million so far that Sound of Freedom has managed to pull in strictly domestically. That's from the US market. You have to go a long way in Canada to get to a theater that's running it, and outside of the US, there's very little. There are international release dates in the future, and I hope if you live in another country, you're on the lookout for this film, because it's well worth it. But Hollywood bigwigs obviously have their eyebrows up right now, and they're dialing up analysts and, well, pundits alike. They're looking for a savior because their films aren't performing dollar like this particular film. And for my thoughts, there really is no secret recipe for these films' success. It's just a good storytelling, and it's, in this case, it's a really based one that's actually based in reality, hence the term base to begin with. But if I had to break it down how it was successful, here it is. First, we've got Angel Studios, which are the masterminds behind the curtain. They're like the Wizard of Oz. And they've managed to strip the film away from a very irresponsible Disney who sat on the film for years. Before that, it was a 20th Century Fox, and they didn't do anything with it. In fact, this film kind of lived in exile within the studio system itself. They've also done something different with something called the pay it forward strategy. And the complaints, of course, is that they're very tight-lipped about how that box office gold comes from like donated tickets, direct purchases from the moviegoers who are seeing the film. In fact, the latest media attacks are focused solely on this question, and they've been making this sound rather nefarious, although it's just a different kind of crowdfunding. So the fabricated intrigue around Sound of Freedom prompted one major legacy studio to commission a survey. They went, well, basically full parrot analytics on this, on social media discourse, media reactions, audience reactions, just trying to figure it out. And the verdict they came up with, well, just another mashup of conspiracy theories, culture war commentary, and enough drama for the entire family of Fast and the Furious. The film Sound of Freedom has been blazing its own trail. It quietly strutted into theaters on the 4th of July, elbowing out Indiana Jones for the spotlight. With $165 million already under its belt, it's been dancing its way through the box office like nobody's business. So if you look at the summer blockbusters, there's a new threat on the horizon. Mid-level and independent options are now competing with the tentpole crown holders. And that is a very scary proposition indeed. Angel Studios isn't just playing by the same old rules, they're orchestrating a symphony of change. They've crafted a future that many would like to emulate. I don't know that they can, and it's all based on this pay it forward model. You can buy a ticket, you can donate a ticket, and everybody's going to be a winner. It's actually quite noble, charitable, and quite obviously profitable, which I guarantee you the studios would love to be right now. The up-and-coming movement that was led by, well, Angel Studios and a couple others out there that are releasing their films and properties on streaming services like Creative Force Films, Yeah, they're kind of like the modern Rebel Alliance from Star Wars. They're taking on Hollywood's Death Star with their own version of the Force, which I'm going to say is crowdfunding. You can literally crowdfund a film and crowdfund its support at the box office. The only thing that you need is a distributor, and if you work hard enough with one of these other studio entities, like maybe Angel Studios, they can help you with that. You see, Angel Studios is rewriting the entire script. One ticket at a time, obviously, with The Sound of Freedom, but that's just their opening act, and there's more in the future, just like there's more in the future of comics and a lot of other similar types of entertainment products. The future of distribution isn't going to be entirely different as well, at least when it comes to direct to consumer, because you can literally go directly to the consumers in this case. So I would say it this way quite simply, and this is going to be a short video. The future of cinema is you, all of us. We're going to be able to pick and choose with our dollars what is successful. We'll be able to send clear messages to the big studios that we don't care if you're big, just be good. And if you're a small studio, if you're an independent, if you're mid-level, even if you're A24 or something like that, right in the middle, you can still be rather successful. Just make good films, pull the politics out of it, go back to being pro-America. That'll help a whole lot. Believe it or not, the rest of the world, for the most part, they like pro-America films too. And with that, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Of course, I would really appreciate that because I like a conversation. And there's a decent chance that given enough time during the day, I can respond. I try to respond to as many comments as I can because I like that conversation and it does help the channel. Also, what helps the channel is you hitting the like button on this video and on anything that you see on my channel. It really does help push the channel up in the algorithm and it gets me to the recommended page so more people can find my stuff. And if you really want to help out, you can share this video and any of the other ones, including the live streams, on any kind of social media. That will really, really push the effort. And again, we're getting close to 10K, which means I will do something embarrassing. And I'm kind of dreading that. With that being said, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.